Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing so well for the start of 2021. I have to admit I have already filmed this video once yesterday. I looked at it and I didn't like the light, I didn't like the way it had been filmed, so I am redoing this entire video and it took me so long, but in a way it's kind of great because it's meant I could reflect a little bit more on the products that I showed you in the last video, kind of whittle them down even more. So in this video I'm going to be showing you my favourite beauty products of 2020. Of course there are a lot of contenders for this, and bear in mind that there's a lot of other things that I used, a lot of things from previous years that I have added to these videos at the end of the year. A lot of things haven't changed. There are a lot of other things that I loved and adored using, but I just haven't put them in here because these are like my absolute holy grails, I suppose, of the year, or else we would be here for days of me talking about different products that I thought were fantastic. I'm just gonna get straight into this video. So, favourite things that I used last year. First one, biggest thing in this box, the Dyson Corral. I am a Dyson ambassador, very, very proud to say, but this genuinely was a game changer when it came to do my hair. This and the Dyson Airwrap, I've literally just used the Airwrap on my hair. That's how I've got these kind of bouncy, blow-dried curls. The two of them were just game changers, absolutely amazing tools. I kind of chose between the two, of which I would put in here as my absolute favourite, and I'd probably say the Corral just tips it over the edge because this is so easy to take with you anywhere because it is completely wireless. It curls your hair and it can straighten your hair. So for me it's like a two-in-one product, you know, so if I don't want to take my Airwrap away with me if I'm going for an overnight stay, the Corral is that thing that I will take the most. I can just do everything with this tool, so it genuinely was an amazing product that I am just absolutely obsessed with. Continuing with hair, the Larry King shampoo and conditioning range that it came out with this year are just stellar. This is my favourite one, City Life for your hair. There are two other shampoos, and then there is also a conditioner. These are fantastic, fantastic products. Not only is the packaging beautiful and sustainable, but the product inside really, really works wonders. And I like the City one because I feel like it really helps detox my hair when I've got a lot of product in there. So these have been huge favourites. But equally, I do have to keep my hair toned, so I always use Red Ken Blondage. So whether I use a bit of the City first of all to kind of detox and get all the product out, and then I'll lather this bad boy all over my hair. This is like a super deep purple shampoo that you put all over blonde hair, and it just takes away the brassiness, and that's how I manage to keep my hair quite bright and silver toned and platinum, because this just gets rid of all of that brassiness. So pretty much every single time I wash my hair, which is 2 times a week at most, I will use this. But then I will swap and change in with like the Larry King, just if I want a little bit more grit and just something to really clean my hair through as well. So that's hair. Moving on to skin, I have a nice empty Garnier Micellar water right here. This is my one and only. Whether I'm using the pink top one or the yellow topped one, the gold one, which is a half and half oil and water product. Fantastic product, but for me, I have LVL Lash Lift done at all times. Oil really helps to break that down. So I pretty much only use the pink one now. It is the only thing I use. It's great for sensitive skin. It takes off everything better than any other product that I've ever used, like high end and low end. This is the bomb. Continuing with skin, skincare is something that I use a lot. I'm very obsessed with my skincare and the things I use for my skin. I've mentioned before, I don't like people touching my face. I'm very funny about the skin on my face. It's something I'm happy to kind of invest more money in and just try and get the best products for. I'm kind of obsessed with finding the best things for my skin. One brand though that I've used for 3 years or more is Lumiere MD. The thing with this is you can't buy it over the shelves, you can't buy it over the internet. You have to have a consultation first. However, there are numerous places, this brand has expanded hugely. There are so many salons and skincare clinics who will sell this and stock this. All you have to do is just go in, have a consultation, tell them what's wrong with your skin. They'll prescribe you as such a range of products that's gonna work for you, and then they give you a password that you can get onto the Lumiere MD website and buy them from there. You just need this password first. The point being that these are such active products. They are like medigrade kind of skincare. They're, you know, there's a lot packed into these, like they genuinely work. This isn't a kind of beauty skincare product. This is a real like scientifically proven skincare. I mean, my skin is proof alone that this works absolute wonders. Anyway, I'll stop going on. I've talked about Lumiere AMD many times. Just to let you know, I get mine from L'Atelier Aesthetics in London. Emma is my skincare queen. I go to her for everything, whether I'm getting things zapped off of my face, whether I'm going for a peel. They are just the king and queen, her and her husband, of skin. So I also get them from there too. She sells this and she'll be able to give you an amazing consultation, also online. So if this year your thing is, I want amazing skin this year, get in touch with Emma at L'Atelier Aesthetics. I'll leave the Instagram down below. Just do a consultation online, easy peasy. Oh my god, I've not even talked about the product. Sorry, this is the Bright and Clear solution. This is practically like the toner of your usual skincare routine, but this is so much more than a toner. This I put on straight after cleanser, morning and night, just as that layer of exfoliation, so it's kind of working at the skin all the time. I notice when I don't use this, so it just helped to get rid of my milia. I first started using this kind of milia around my eyes. I got rid of all of my milia, those little white spots. It really helped to kind of resurface my skin alongside a lot of other products, but this, oh, it's amazing. Just to mix it up though with a few other things that I also loved, the Zellen's Stem Complex Rejuvenating Overnight Treatment. This is the second one that I'm almost out of. Zellen's again is another like, this is like top of the range skincare, but this is the dream to apply. It's like a gel cream feel, really refreshing, really soothing. It's like that very soothing gel-like feel. But when you put it on your skin, my skin just goes, woo, just loves it. It just feels so plumping and wonderful. And I do also love when things say they're an overnight treatment, because I just feel like, ooh, you know, leave it on overnight, wake up looking like a goddess. I just really enjoyed using this product. Not only does it smell lovely, I just felt like my skin felt so much more plumper and nourished in the morning after using this bad boy. And it speaks for itself. I've used it so much, and I have this by my bedside table so I can actually like stick it on, splash it on in the evening if I'm like, yeah, my skin needs some more moisture. Oh, and last one to mention, again, sorry, I know all these products are very high-end, but I just believe that, I just believe in skincare that really truly works, and I feel like sometimes you have to kind of pay the premium for those sometimes. Yes, a lot of these products have been gifted to me, but I've also rebought them myself and repurchased myself. That's how much I adore them. But the La Mer Renewal Oil, this is most likely the third bottle that I've ever gone through. They take a long time to get through, so the amount of money this is does last a little bit longer than potentially you would think. But the way I like to use this is underneath my makeup, like in the morning after I've put on all of my skincare in the morning. Usually hours later I'll do my makeup. I don't often do my makeup anymore at like 8, 9 a.m. So later on I like to add some of the La Mer Renewal Oil just to really push back into the skin and give it that hydration again. That's what I really love it for. But it makes your makeup sit so beautifully on the skin. Patrick Tarr, actually, the La Mer, I think he still is, director of makeup, he's like their head makeup artist. He uses this technique. He also kind of puts this on a sponge and dabs it into the cheekbones as well. Oh, it's just the most beautiful product. The glow it gives is just insane. And in fact, one last skincare product to mention again, because this is almost out. This is the Lumine Nordic Sea Oil Arctic Berry Oil Cocktail. All of their oils I highly rate. This one I use as a vitamin C in the morning. So it's by phase, you can't really tell as much now, but it's by phase. Mix this bad boy up, and it's just so lovely in the morning. After I've cleansed and toned, I'll put on my eye cream and then I'll put this on. And again, I push it into my skin first of all so that my skin really laps it up, and then I'll often massage it in. Just that morning wonderful massage that you just kind of like brighten up the whole skin and just makes you feel a little bit more like awake for the day. But this I use as my vitamin C product. I believe everyone needs a vitamin C product for the morning. Hugely helps to reduce blemishes and any imperfections in the skin. It just really helps kind of get to work on those and helps to brighten and just enhance the look of the skin. So I highly recommend getting some form of vitamin C serum or vitamin C oil in your routine if you feel you're lacking that. This one I highly rate. Cannot wait to get a new bottle of this. Okay, that's all the skin. Well, actually, apart from this tan of the year, Saint Tropez Express Gel. There are many contenders from Saint Tropez. I use the Super Dark, I use the Purity Mists, I use up the Purity Water Gel, but when it came to me choosing literally all of them there, I was like, no, it has to be the Express Gel. This has hyaluronic acid in it, so it just really hydrates the skin when you've got it on, which I really love. I'm very, very dry, and I'm also so bad at moisturising in between my tan. I don't do it, I'm rubbish at it. So I really appreciate it when the tan does more work for me. And this is one of the only things as well that I put on my face. So Hydrator is the most beautiful tan. In fact, it's what I've got on my tan. I did my tan a couple of days ago, but that's what I used. I'm just gonna do perfumes because they're quite big. I've just run out of my favourite perfume ever. If I was on a desert island and you allowed me one perfume, it would be this perfume. This is the Armani Privé Rouge Malachite. Not only is the bottle absolutely sensational, the smell is unreal. It is tuberose. There's a femininity to this scent, but it's not extremely feminine. It's quite, I wouldn't say it was quite unisex. Alex probably wouldn't wear this. He does wear the Vert Malachite though, actually. So there's definitely something more feminine about it, but it's really rich and a bit more mature and deep. There's a woodiness to it. There's definitely, I think there's cashmere and wood in this. There's ylang ylang, orange blossom, tuberose, but it's just got a really deep, woody, musky feel to it with the brightness of the tuberose. Oh, there is nothing like it, and it is by far my favourite, and I've run out. And there are so many other contenders for perfume. I use, to be honest, I kind of wear a new perfume per day. I love my perfume collection. There are so many I love that I just kind of mix it up. But I must say the Viktor & Rolf Dew is one of the best ones of the year by far. This was just such a lovely enhancement to the current Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb range. Of course, I've been a fan of Flower Bomb since first launched 15 years ago. So this was quite nice to kind of find something that is very Flower Bomb, but much lighter. Like the name would suggest, dew. It's almost like the morning dew. Flowered field, that morning dew hitting the flowers and giving off that very subtle, lovely scent. That is kind of what it's like. It's just really soft and subtle, but with that real like Flower Bomb feel to it. So if you're someone who likes Flower Bomb or isn't too sure on Flower Bomb, but you kind of like the scent, but you think it's too heavy for you, this is a dream. Okay, now we're getting to makeup, and I really hope I've got everything in here, because yesterday after I filmed this video, I started to put a few things away. Then I looked at the footage and was like, that is not good enough. I'm not starting 2021 with footage that I do not like. So hopefully everything is in here. Kind of again in the skin category. The Victoria Beckham by Augustina Spada, what is this even called? It's the Glow Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturiser. But this is not only kind of a moisturiser and a primer, but she brought this out in this glow colour. So this now has a glow to it. The one before was a little bit more just a lovely glowy shimmer. This now is a golden glow, which I really appreciate. I just want my skin to look dewy and alive. Because I've got quite dry skin, I can get away with that, to be honest. So I really love this product. There are a number of products like this, by Terry, for example, fantastic product. But I would say if I had to choose between the two, I reached for this the most. I think I also just adore the packaging, and I just love the way it felt on my skin and the glow that it gave me. I think I have to give props really to the Victoria Beckham beauty team this year, because I feel like they've really managed the look and the feel of that brand and the product launches that they did, and it just all was like top notch, tip top. So yeah, well done to that team. So next would be what I put on top of the Victoria Beckham, on top of the La Mer. One product that really stood out is the Codate Radiate. When I worked with Codate to promote this product, I can't tell you how many of you bought this. It is such a great product. It is quite a lightweight, but light to medium finish, but with real glow and radiance. I mean, like it would say, it's called the Radiate. So it's like a beauty balm with real radiance in the glow. So it's not, I suppose this is in place of your foundation if you just want something a little lighter, but it gives fantastic coverage, a wonderful glow in there. I hope you can see it's got a wonderful glow, and it just feels so lovely and comfortable on the skin, so highly recommended. If If I did want to go for something heavier though, I would say my favourite foundation launch of the year was by far the Dior Forever Skin Glow. I have shade 1.5N, just in case you want to know. This is, yeah, 24-hour wear. It is medium coverage, again, super lovely and glowy. They also have the same Dior Forever foundation without the skin glow, without that extra glow in it, if you do prefer something less glowy. But for me, this is everything I want in a foundation. Coverage, pigmentation, fantastic blendability, my skin to look somewhat natural and still look like me but have a wonderful coverage veil over me, and just comfortableness on the skin. It's amazing. I can't not mention this because I think it's such a fantastic product. The Armani Prima Colour Control Glow Moisturiser. The thing I love about this, it's got SPF 35, and that's kind of what I really want in my base products. This is just a lovely glowy base for the skin. You just feel like you get a bit of coverage in there, but it's not super heavy. I always say, like, I feel like if I was a new mum and I needed to get ready so super quick and I wanted my skin to look glowy and bright and radiant every day, this is what I would wear. And that's why a number of my best mates with babies wear this every single day. It is just amazing. Concealer, again, I've got a couple here that I mentioned yesterday when I first filmed this video. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to choose my absolute favourite. It's gonna have to be this one actually. This is a Code8 Seamless Cover. In fact, I'm wearing it right now. The thing I really like about this is this ballpoint foamy tip. Sorry about how dirty this is, it's extremely dirty, but I really like this kind of applicator. It feels so soft when you apply it. But they have a fantastic range of shades. I have NW15 for most days. NC10 is much lighter, and I love that to really pop in the inner parts of my eye to brighten it up. But I also have NW25, I think, and I use that as a contour, and it works so well as a lovely shadowed contour. It's just fantastic coverage, medium coverage, doesn't crease too badly. I always feel like with concealers who say it doesn't crease, and I'm always like, it depends how much you move your face, let's be honest. You can't, nothing is gonna stick your fine lines down, let's be honest here, but it just depends how bad it is. So I'm gonna go for that as my top. So I'm gonna take these two out of the box. Oh, it's so hard to whittle it down. I also have NARS Soft Matte in here, but that's a favourite for years, so I don't have to talk about it, I don't have to talk about it. Whew. I feel awful not talking about things that I love. Powders, I'm going to mention the By Terry powder. Powder my face was my absolute go-to, hence why I've hit pan. The thing that I worry about with this is that I don't think you can get this anymore, and if you can, it's always out of stock. I have Apricot Glow in this. This is a pressed powder, translucent pressed powder, I think. It's amazing. It powders the parts that you want without taking away any glow. I don't know how it does it, but it almost, if anything, it means that sometimes I have to go back to it and apply more because it is so natural and not taking away too much of the glow and the loveliness of, you know, that you really want. Whoa, sorry, I think that, oh, the sun is beautiful right now. So pretty. Yeah, so because of that, I'm also going to mention a second powder that I think is fantastic, just in case you want to buy my recommendation and you can't get this. Dior Forever and Ever Control. This is a loose powder, but equally I like the fact that it's just got that little mesh in the middle. It just works so nicely. In fact, I'm looking a little bit... Ooh, I am looking a little bit shiny. Right now I can see it. I have added extra shine to my face, but sometimes I'm like, did I want that much shine? Yeah, this just doesn't add like any kind of cast to my face. Like I don't look like I've got white powder all over me, and it just soaks up extra oils just so nicely. Anyway, so that's powders. Next up, when it comes to bronzer, I'm going to mention NARS. They extended their bronzer shades this year and they were all really fantastic. I've ended up using pretty much all of them for different things, but the one I always went back to was San Juan. The reason being, it's got a really lovely warm terracotta feel to it, almost a bit orangey toned, but not like orange Satsuma, more just like a really deep tan, warm beach tan look. But the thing I love about this is that it's amazing for the eyes. On my skin tone, I just really love that kind of more orange tone tan feel for my eyes, putting into the crease, but it also worked wonderfully as a blush, so quite often I'd use this as a blush over the summer. Over summer, when we were all locked down and I was kind of doing my makeup for the day just to feel a bit more put together, I'd pretty much wear this all the time as a bronzer, as a blush, and for my eyes, so can't not mention it. It is awesome. But if I wasn't wearing that, then big shout out as well to Ted Baker, who created their With Ted Beauty range this year. I must admit, I'm surprised I didn't hear more about it. I was so lucky I worked on the campaign. I created some of the first pictures from influencers for this range, and it totally blew me away. I thought all the products were wonderful, the pigmentation was incredible, it like totally wowed me from what I kind of expected it might be. It really truly impressed me, so I'm surprised not as many people that I know have kind of tried it and used it. But one of the main things that I loved the most was the bronzer. This is in the shade Sunrise, but it's just a really pretty range of like deep through to more champagne-y to this highlight. So you could use it as 3 different shades if you wanted. Again, wonderful for doing your eyes with, as like almost like a bit of a neutrals palette. But if you sweep your brush into this and stick it all over, it is dreamy. It is such a gorgeous set of shades. So big shout out to Ted Baker for that. When it came to blushes, the one I used probably the most was this one from Dior in Coral. And I always feel like I'm a bit of a pink blush kind of girl, and I am, especially at the moment actually, but this is amazing, and again, worked wonderfully as an eyeshadow shade. I really hope you can see that because it's quite, it's a bit better, it's too much light on it. It's definitely much more of kind of a deep mid coral tone. Stunning. On your eyes, on your cheeks, beautiful. But if not using that, this is one of my favourite pink blushes as always from Shiseido, and this is Alpenglow. A really lovely dusky pink. I usually just love that pink tone just over the apples of my cheeks. Okay, we're kind of getting there now. Eyeshadows. One to mention, and a very recent addition to my faves, the Vive palette. And I'm not just mentioning this because I love Jamie and I'm a friend of Jamie's. This totally blew me away. As soon as I unpackaged it, I was like, this is my kind of palette to a T. The big pans, the huge mirror, the way it's been designed is beautiful, but also the colours in here, from this cream straight through to a deep black and the gorgeous warm tones in the middle. I feel Jamie's absolutely nailed it. I also never knew that I would need such a cool tone brown and such a warm tone brown, but I found myself using both and loving them. Also, this yellow is so much more wearable and beautiful on the eyes than you'd ever imagine. Yeah, I just think it's so good. I must admit, there's one thing I would have added to it, but it is missing for me. Maybe I should tell Jamie about it, but otherwise, this is pretty much what I use most days. I think it's amazing. But if I'm not using that, one kind of duo that I've been loving, and it's just such an easy one, Bobbi Brown. I've used this for years now. The Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in Taupe. It is a fantastic, everyday brown. Like a tan brown. It's the kind of colour that I want to create with my bronzers when I put them into my eyes. So I'm wearing this today. I've literally, you just scribble it all over your lid and then just use a brush just to diffuse it across the edges, and it just looks, I just love cream products of any kind. So if I can create that look that I love but in creams, then I'll do it. So I love this one, but also big shout out to Laura Mercier and their Caviar sticks. This one is in Cocoa, and the thing I like about this one is that I then run this along my lash line to thicken up my lashes, but to also create a bit more definition there. And then I'll just use another brush and I'll kind of help just to wing it out really subtly. So you don't really see as much of a wing, it's just more of just like a diffused, very subtle smoky eye. So I wanted to give a shout out to these two because I found myself reaching for this kind of shadow a lot over this year. Mascaras, I think one of the best for this year that's been launched is the Urban Decay Lash Freak, not just because I worked on it. I know a lot of people be like, yeah, but you worked on loads of these products. Yeah, very, very luckily I got to, and this kind of goes with what I always say in that I don't work on projects if the product is no good. So that's why I'm just very lucky to work on so many fantastic products and brand campaigns, because I've tested out the product and I'm like, yeah, that is like shit hot. So that's why I work on those campaigns. This is just another one of those fantastic products that launched this year. It's just got a very unusual and unique brush head that really helps to push up the lashes. You can get right in there at the root of the lash, but also this very end tip here is like a little tiny ball, so you can really get in and get those details in there. But it adds so much product to your lashes. It just really thickens and volumizes. I guess, like the name would suggest, Lash Freak, it's like very like powerful lash look. Not necessarily clumpy, but very covered lashes. You get a lot of product from this mascara. So that really wowed me. If it's a day when I just want to trust a mascara just to kind of go on without any fuss and just easy peasy, that was the Dior Overcurl mascara. I just really liked the wand. It's kind of that lovely medium thickness in the wand. Yeah, so most days, if I was just having like a really easy chilled makeup day, I'd reach for this because I just know it would go on super simple. I don't have to spend longer like getting in there and making sure they look incredible. It just does the job, you know? One tool that I want to mention that I use every single day without fail, in fact it's slightly a bit broken there, the Patrick Tar fan. I never knew I'd need and love this so much, but I use it every day. So after I put down my setting spray, I'll then just fan myself until all the water is completely absorbed into my skin, so I feel like it's fully set down. I find that hugely helps with making sure no powders rub off and everything. So yeah, if you have a fan that you've got in Morocco or you've got in Spain or something, then get that into your makeup collection. But otherwise, this is a Patrick Tar one, and I use it, yeah, like I said, ever since I got it. I love it. Almost there. Brows. Again, I got a few out yesterday to show you, but I'm just going to talk about my favourite one, and that is a Laura Mercier. Spoolie one end and just a pencil on the other, and this is what I quite like about it. It's simple. As much as I love the Fenty and the Hourglass and the Tom Ford and the Marc Jacobs, which come in these really fancy packages and you to twist up, I think sometimes you can't go wrong with a simple pencil and pencil sharpener, you know what I mean? So this one I just found, I'm wearing it today actually. Yeah, I just fill in with this bad boy, use a spoolie just to blend it out, and I'll stick a gel over the top. I just think it's, yeah, by far my favourite of the year. And then we come to the lips. Lip liners, as you'll likely know. Again, I've got a number here, but I'm just going to talk about my favourite two. Victoria Beckham, no surprises here. The Victoria Beckham Lip Definer in 02 was my favourite of the entire year. I would say it's just like my lip shade, but better. Creamy, goes on wonderfully without smudging. They've just nailed it, totally nailed it. But if not, recently, for the past few months, I've been back on the Bare Minerals, again, the Gen Nude, and either Freestyle or On Point. On Point is a little bit more pinky nude. Freestyle is a little bit more cool tone nude. Yeah, I've been using these most days. And then when it comes to lipsticks, the one to shout out the most that I've used the most all year is the Bare Minerals Peony, which is a really lovely beige nude pink. It's super lovely and light, and I would use this kind of in the centre of my lips just to give a really gradiated look. So something a bit darker here and then this lovely light in the middle, because I really love, especially this time of the year, I really love the very light nude lips. I must admit, recently I've been going a tiny bit darker. It's strange how you kind of start to change up your lipstick shades, but otherwise this has been like my holy grail. If not that, then the Bare Minerals Mineralist lipsticks that they came out with. Grace is a bit more pinky and Insight is a slightly bit more nude than that. Those two I alternate between most days. Probably won't be able to tell because I've got so much on, but they're so comfortable. Oh, just beautiful lipsticks. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not going to talk about loads more. Those were my favourites of the year, they just were. And for a more glossy finish, the Dior Lip Addict. Do you know, I didn't realise how many Dior products. There's quite a lot of Dior products in here actually. What can I say? Big fan. Dior Addict Stellar Gloss in 640. Mine is actually broken. I dropped it and broke it, but I still have it because it's my favourite gloss. It is the most wonderful nude pink with the most stunning gloss to it. I'm just literally tapping on a little bit here. Hopefully you can see. Oh, it's just amazing. Like, you can just wear that alone and it's like the most super glossy lipstick. I love how pigmented it is. A lot of glosses are just like coating toppers, so I'm not that into them, whereas this was like a full-on, like, my lips look kapow right now. Oh my gosh, is that it? I think I've done it. Ah! Right, that's it. Those are my 2020 favourites. Like I said, there's so many others that I've loved wearing, and so many times over this year I've vlogged from my makeup stand and I've been doing my makeup with you. I also did so many videos on Instagram over the summer where I just did full makeup looks. I loved that. I loved working on that. So you'll have seen so many things that I've loved and used, but these were just the things that hugely stood out to me, and I had to kind of choose one in each category. I feel very uncomfortable about this. There are so many things that I really loved that I just really want to talk about, but I don't have hours here. In fact, this is already 40 minutes. So, right, thank you so much for watching that, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I just watched so many of these that I figured I should just probably do my own. I'm also really hoping to do 2 videos a week from now on, one being much more sit down, chatting about beauty or fashion, most likely much more fashion content this year. So I'd love love to hear what you want to see. But then of course, one vlog a week as well. So yeah, that's my strategy for this year. Just want to get out some really beautiful content. So let me know what you'd like to see. But make sure that you are subscribed down below and turn on the little bell notification so that it'll kind of pop up at the top of your phone until like Inthefrow's uploaded a new video, just so you don't miss them. But anyway, thanks so much for being here, guys. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.